Hello everyone, today we're going to be discussing how the 2020 presidential election is narrowing up in many key battleground states. Starting with Ohio, Ohio is one of the narrowest races I've seen so far as of now. Several pollsters put Biden up ahead by one. Granted, they are CD pollsters. We do have a B+, but take it with a grain of salt. I was just noting how it is narrowing up, so given that, we would either give it by a lean or a tilt margin, but just given the polls, I will put it by a tilt margin. North Carolina, which is also a very narrow state as of now, actually has Biden leading by 1.4, which would technically be a lean margin. So if I was going off the polls, I would put as a lean margin. I expect it to probably narrow up even more, considering a latest pollster has Donald Trump up by 1 and a B- pollster has him up by even. So that is also a super narrow race as of now. Georgia, I believe, isn't too narrow. Take that. Actually, that's wrong. It is very narrow. 0.7. The latest A+ pollster puts them even. So we could really see this going either way if you think about it. I will put it as a tilt for the Republicans just based on past polls. See, these three put Trump up by 5, 2, and 1. So I would put that as a tilt margin for the Republicans, but it is narrowing up in that sense. So now we're going to talk about Texas, which I believe Texas got a little less narrow recently. Trump expanded his lead by 2. So a latest pollster puts Donald Trump up by 3%. If you look at it, still only 46%. So for Joe Biden, this really could he could potentially flip the state this year if he does get those voters that are reluctant to actually vote right now. So it really could make or break it. Right now, I would expect Donald Trump to carry the state of Texas. So we'll put that by a lean margin for right now. Now that leaves the Rust Belt, the entire Rust Belt. I don't know why I actually included Minnesota, because I don't believe Minnesota yet. Sorry, that was actually a mistake on my part. I don't know why I included that, but so we'll go to Wisconsin. This one's getting it. It's his Biden's lead. It's more constant, around that 6.5% margin. So this is one state that I wouldn't really say is narrowing up too much as of now. I just wanted to actually explain that in this video. Michigan. So Michigan is a very interesting state because it went to Donald Trump by I believe, a tilt margin. And now we see Biden ahead by 7, a constant lead of 7. Again, I would say that's likely. I just wanted to update everyone on the Rust Belt as of now. Now, Pennsylvania, that was a state I believe Donald Trump could have won if he didn't stop ads in it, because I believe he stopped television ads in it. So after he stopped television ads, I didn't think he had a chance to win after that. But what we're seeing right now is that it really is narrowing. It was at a 5% margin. Now it's at 4.6. But to be honest, recent pollsters show Biden ahead by a lot. Actually, I can't really find an A+ pollster. I don't think the latest one was from September 9th, which is a little outdated, but puts him ahead by 9. Just on the averages, 4.6, I would characterize it as a lean. I would say Trump could potentially have a chance in this state, but as of now, he's not performing he's not getting the numbers that he would need to be. Now that leaves some very important states, and actually this is what I had the inspiration to put this video on, was Florida and Arizona. So when you go to the Florida polls, what we saw in the past month, just in the month of September generally, it is that Joe Biden's lead dwindled to the point where now it's only 1.6. It got extremely narrow. what we're seeing right now is the latest one, which is ABC News / The Washington Post, released 2 polls. One is Trump up by 4, and one is Biden up by 1. If you average those, it would put Trump ahead, obviously. But the A-plus pollsters are very divided on this, because we look at September 15th with Monmouth University, it put Biden ahead by 3, 5, and 5. But then if you look around September 8th, it puts Donald Trump leading in one and even in another. So what we're seeing is there's 3 A-plus pollsters I was seeing so far. 2 of them are saying Donald Trump is leading on average. One of them is saying Joe Biden is leading on average by a lean margin. So it's really hard to actually see what's going on. But right now, I actually would characterize this as a tilt Republican state, just based on 2 against 1 in A-plus pollsters. So I would either by a tilt margin or by a lean margin. I would say right now, given other pollsters, I would say it's a tilt margin, but that lead could potentially expand in the future. Next is Arizona, which also gave me inspiration for this video. It is 3.9, which is extremely close. We see Donald Trump's he is expanding in numbers. It's mainly due to these recent pollsters that are showing ABC News and the Washington Post, which is an A-plus pollster, that is showing Donald Trump up by 1 and Biden up by 2 in another pollster. If you average those, it would still be a Biden lead. But even if you look at Monmouth, they released 3 sets of pollsters, or three sets of polls, one of them even, one of them Biden plus 2, and then one of them Biden plus 4. What we're seeing here is that it's extremely close as of now. So it's, I mean, in September 2nd, Fox News, which is an A- pollster, said that Biden was leading by 9 and 10, but then go only a few days into the future, well, I wouldn't say a few days, about a few weeks, it shows Biden and Trump being even, neck and neck, and then another one showing Trump's up by 1. So this is really a flip-flop. I mean, I could characterize this as a tilt Republican or really a tilt Democrat at this point. Given just the poll averages right now, I would say it's 3.9, so technically it's lean Democratic, but based on recent A-plus pollsters, I would say it's narrowing up to a lean Democratic margin. That leaves 2, not really states, but districts, in Nebraska's 2nd and Maine's 2nd. If we look at Nebraska, so Nebraska's 2nd, there's been some polls on it, BC pollsters, no really A pollsters, but because no one really wants to poll on Nebraska because, you know, it's Nebraska, but they are polling on Nebraska 2nd a little bit, and it's showing Biden on all of these, actually, Nebraska's 2nd polls, it's showing Biden ahead by 6, 7. So we could say that is a lean or a likely margin. Since it is narrowing up, I would, well, actually, let's look at it again. 11, 7, recent ones 6 and 7. It does seem to be narrowing up, so I could really do it either way, lean or likely, but I'm going to characterize it as lean. Now Maine's 2nd congressional district, if I could find Maine, it's very close. If you look at Maine's 2nd, 1, Biden plus 2, so I would actually say that it's a tilt Democratic state. Sorry, not the entire state of Maine, actually. It's a tilt Democratic state as district as of now. And then Maine at large, I believe, is likely, or something like around that. But so this is the electoral map, just how it's narrowing up at this point. If you actually look closely, this looks almost exactly what Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were, except it's reversed. But yeah, I was just trying to say that in the states of Arizona, sorry, that wasn't supposed to be in that, states of Arizona and Florida are extremely narrowing up. You could even at this point put Arizona as a tilt Republican margin, but just based on how it is, I would say tilt Democratic for now. But they're extremely narrow. But we're also seeing Republican states narrowing up. Traditionally in 2016, Georgia and Ohio, A-plus pollsters saying that they are getting closer, with, I believe, Ohio only being 0.1 for the GOP. So it is extremely narrow. I don't want to hold you too long. Thank you for watching. I will go ahead and put some more presidential updates, possibly Senate, in the future. So please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed.